Hello, everyone. In this example, I want to show you how you can extract the first, middle, and the last name. If you only have the first and the last name, you can use flash fill, and even writing the formula is not that difficult. But the complexity comes in when you do have a middle name as well. In this example, I want to show you how to write the three formulas to be able to get the left, which is the first name, the middle, which is the middle name, and the right, which is the last name, and then also help you create a lambda function. If you're not interested in the creation of the formula, then the GitHub already has the solution in it. You can just open the file and use it. But I would suggest that if you are interested in learning the formula, do watch the complete video and practice side by side. By learning to practice this slightly long formula, it will also help you while writing other formulas. So let me move it over to the side. All right, so we have the complete name here. Now to show you that the lambda is already working, you can see that I can write the function called extract underscore name. And here we have the description, which tells us that to extract part of a name, which is 1 for first name, 2 for middle name, and 3 for last name. So if I select B3, 1, it gives me the first name. B3, 2 gives me the middle name. And then B3, 3 gives me the last name. All right, let's do it manually first, and then I'll tell you how to combine everything into a lambda. So we'll have the first and the middle and the last name. Now the first name is the simplest part. We can simply say that from the left of B3, how many characters do we want? I want to find a space within B3 and then do a -1. And that tells me Aaron. And if I copy it down, you can see it is working perfectly. Let us look at the middle name now. This one is going to be a little more difficult. So for the middle name, what we will do is first we will say equal to mid. Now we are starting from the middle of B3. If you notice, the second argument says the starting number. Now, as you would expect, the starting number here is 7 because AARON is 5 characters. The space is the 6th character. And the capital R in the row comes as the 7th character. So we need to somehow find out where this 7 is coming from, or rather how the 7 is coming. To do this, I will use a search, and we will search for a space. So that is the text that we want to find. And we want to search for it in B3. And let us also do a +1. So if you think about it, once I search for the space, it gives me 6. And when I do a +1, it gives me 7. So I know the starting number is 7. But the next part that we need to do is to know the number of characters, which means in row, there would be 3 characters, but I need to know that there are exactly 3. To do this, we will again do a search. And this time I'm searching again for a space in B3. But if you notice, I'm not going from the first letter A. In the previous search, we did not keep anything in the starting number. So it started looking from the left. This time, we don't want to start looking from the left. What we're doing is we're essentially saying that let me do a search of a space, comma, B3, and then we will do +1. So if you think about it, we are saying that let us search for a space, but we will start searching from the 7th position, which means that we have already skipped past the first space that came in. Now, what is the result going to be? If I search for a space after the first one, that means that it is 5 letters for Aaron, 3 for Rao, so that would be 8. Then I have a 9 here, and then it is a 10. But from this, we need to subtract 7 so that we get 3, which is the length of the middle name. So we will simply do minus, and I will do search a space in B3 like this. And we will also do a -1 here. And let's see if it is working. As you can see, it is working perfectly. To understand the formula a little better, you can also go to formulas and evaluate formula. And we can go step by step to see how it is working. So first we have Aaron, Rao, Bergman. I'm searching for the space, and that gives me 6 plus 1, which is 7. Once again, I'm doing the same thing, but this time, if you notice, I'm starting from the 7th character. So when I'm searching for the space within the text starting from the 7th character, the result comes as 10. Now, if I do 10 minus 7, or rather 6, the result comes as 4. That's why I have to do a -1. So the result comes as 4 minus 1, which is 3. For the last name, we will again say equal to, and this time we say that from the right, that means we're going from right to left of B3. How many characters do we want? We will say we want to find the length of B3 minus, and this time we will say we want to find an asterisk. You will understand why we are searching for an asterisk. We're searching for an asterisk because we're going to create an asterisk. Right now in our text, there is no asterisk, but I want to substitute in B3 the space with an asterisk. Now you will think that Havish, if we replace the space with an asterisk, will both of them not get changed and replaced with an asterisk? Not really, because I want to choose my instance number as 2. So what that means is that I'm essentially saying that I would like only the second one, or rather the first one, to be changed, right? So we can change this. So let me keep it as 2. And if you notice, we get the result like this. Now, the only problem here is that it is not going to work when we only have a first name and a last name. That's why while this works, it will not work in this particular instance. So what we're doing here is a slight variation. We will say find an asterisk. After that, we want to substitute in B3. And we want to substitute my space with an asterisk, right? And when it asks me for the instance number, what we will do is we will say, let me find the length of B3 minus the length after substituting B3 and a space with a blank. So let me explain how this works. First, let me make sure the results are correct. So as you can see, it is working perfectly, everyone, right? There is an error. We'll fix that as well. So we'll just put an if error here so that no error comes in. Okay, now let me explain how this is working. What we are doing is we are saying that first, let me substitute in the cell B3 a space with an asterisk. But when it asks me for the instance number, I only want to replace the second instance, correct? But the problem is that how do we handle name where there is only one space in it? That is why we are saying the length of B3 minus the new length after substituting the space with a blank. So what will happen is that when there are 3 parts to the name, then my length minus the length of substitute will come as, if I can just show you, if I select my length minus the length of substitute, you will notice the result comes as a, let me do it one more time. The result comes as a 2. Why 2? Because there are 2 spaces in it. But if I do the same thing here, if I select this part, you will notice it gives me 1, which tells me there is only 1 space. And this is the space where we want to replace the space within asterisk. You can also go to evaluate formula and then go step by step to see how it is working. Do keep in mind that using these functions, left, right, mid, find, search, repeat, substitute, and other text functions, if you search on the internet, there will be some variations that you would find. So I'm not telling you that this is the only way of doing it, or it is the fastest and the most efficient way of doing it. But this is definitely one of the easier ways of doing it, right? This is what I use personally as well. Perfect. Now, the only thing left is that we have to combine everything. So let's do that as well. So we will say lambda. And in lambda, we will say there are 2 inputs. One is the range and the other is the input. The input would be where we ask the user if they want 1, 2, or 3. So first name, middle name, or last name. And then we will say we want to switch. Switch is like a if statement. And in switch, we are saying that we are using the input here. Now, if the input is 1, that means the expression, input being the expression, if the expression is 1, then what is my result? I want to put the part with the first name. So I'm just going to copy this, everybody. Control C, and then Control C. Right? So let me first paste it here. So we'll put the part with the first name. If the value is 2, then I'll put the part with the middle name. And if it is 3, then I'll put the part with the last name, like this. And that there does seem to be an error. So let me quickly check that. So lambda, my, range, and input, that seems to be okay. The only thing left is this B3 has to be replaced with a my range so that we can make it dynamic. So we're going to select this and make it my range. Let's do it here as well. One more time. And let's also remove these extra equal to signs. And when I press enter, it is going to give me a calculation error. That's because we have not given an input. So to test it out, I'll just say B3, 1. And as you can see, it still doesn't work. Let me check that. Let me do it one more time, but let's make sure we are not putting a space here. So B3, 1. And as you can see, it works. If I say B3, 2, it gives me the middle name, and B3, 3 gives me the last name. The only thing left for us to do is to take the formula and then put it in the name manager, which I've done already. As you can see, extract underscore name. I have also given a 1-line description here telling the user how to use this. So extract part of a name, 1 for first name, 2 for middle name, and 3 for last name, like this. Now, for some reason, if you feel that I only wanted the first and the last name, excluding the middle name, then you can simply say extract name, and we will say comma 1 and put a space, and then once more we will say extract name, and we will say comma 3. Let me put a concatenate here, and as you can see, it works perfectly as well. So a lot of people have trouble removing the middle name or extracting the middle name. And what we have done here is to first see the 3 formulas to write, which are useful independently. And then, of course, once you put it into a Lambda, it becomes very user-friendly. So even somebody who does not understand Excel very well, you can easily tell them how to use this.